Okay, so it's finally happening. We are having a cold, cozy, rainy day in Seattle. Oh, I have been waiting for the weather to become this foggy, gloomy, cozy abyss of magical adventures, hidden treasures, heists, slaying dragon type energy. And it's here. We might have a ferocious battle today. We may have to conquer some knights today. For all I know, we are overthrowing the queen today. But today we are reading The Whispering Dark by Kelly Andrews. So I've been super excited to read. I've been trying to get the gloom of fall, the rain, the color of the leaves changing. I wanted all those vibes. And now we finally have a book to vibe with it too. So for those who don't know, I was in Florida for like a month and a half, and I went during fall and I had this whole fall thing planned out, and all my expectations and plans crumbled into my fingertips because I was in Florida and I did not feel like it was fall. I felt like it was summer. I was literally overheating outside. And now we're back in Seattle and the weather is giving. It's here. The preparation in my heart has begun. So for our first fall read, we're reading The Whispering Dark by Kelly Andrews. This is a beautiful Illumicrate special edition book. It's gorgeous. Look at those sprayed edges though. I love the minimalistic hardback cover. It's like a pinky purple foiling, and the piece of de resistance is this reversible dust jacket. I love when I have character art to go with my books. I feel like this is going to be epic. The main two characters look badassery, and I'm here for it. It's giving the vibes for today's weather. It is just perfection. I have to say I like the art cover way more than I like the original cover, but they're both super beautiful. And of course we have some exclusive end pages. They're nothing fancy, but they do have a lovely attention to detail. And naturally, it is indeed pen signed. The Whispering Dark is about Delaney. Delaney always talks to the dark, but now the dark talks back. You know, if this ever happened to me, I would literally ignore it. What's the saying? See none, hear none, say none, something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If the dark ever started talking to me, I'd play dumb. Complete dumb. Be like, I didn't see anything, I didn't hear anything, nothing's going on here. So Delaney is tired of being seen as fragile because she is deaf, but then she gets accepted to the prestigious program at Godboll University that trains students to slip between parallel worlds, and she's really excited for a chance to prove herself. But her semester gets off on a rocky start when she meets a pretentious upperclassman whom she has every intention of keeping her distance from, Colton Price, who's been ordered to keep away from the new girl and the voices that call to her from the shadows. So other people know that she can hear the dark and the dark talks to her and she talks back. No offense, but I'm not sure if I would want this person as my friend or near me. But the pull of her proves impossible to ignore, and he can't help but be fascinated by her unusual talents. So it's giving fantasy romance. I think it's gonna be a gothic fantasy romance with dark academia vibes, not like other girls, coming into oneself, and what else? What else am I getting from this? I think that's all the vibes I'm getting from it. According to the praise, this is a paranormal thriller laced with twists and revelations that will stop your heart. I haven't read much thrillers, but I feel like I'm gonna like it. The next praise is The Whispering Dark will burrow into your bones and nest deep. We have the burrowing atmosphere. Refusing to let go, Kelly Andrews' prose is aching and lyrical, the mark of a master in the making. There's something about reading lyrical, aching writing during a snowstorm, a regular storm, a cloudy, overcast, gloomy day. This is gonna deliver today. So I really have no expectations going into this. Illumicrate always comes out with really good books for their book boxes though, so I'm hoping it's a 5-star read for me. I'm predicting might be a 4 though. I haven't been really into YA lately, but I feel like Illumicrate titter-totters on that realm of half YA, half adult, which is good for me because I'm honestly kind of burnt out on YA. I've been in a reading slump for like half a month. It's not good. I'm in a reading dump. I don't even want to read, you guys. It's scary. It's weird. I feel like I'm having like this weird out-of-body experience and I don't like it. We need to read this. Hopefully it reunites my reading energy, but yeah, I'm here for the vibes. Today is gonna be luxurious. Oh, and the wind is picking up. Can you guys hear it? Ooh. I'm gonna love this. Wow, our main character is deaf, but the author that wrote this book is also deaf. Kelly Andrew lost her hearing when she was 4 years old. She's been telling stories ever since. It just keeps getting better and better. Okay, it's a cozy, wozy day. I am in a cozy, wozy outfit. I have Fuzzy with me. We're just chilling. Okay, update. I'm about 90 pages in, 80 pages in. Slow. Nothing really significant has happened. I'm definitely getting grumpy sunshine trope vibes, but it's only grumpy sunshine for the girl. For the guy, it's more like forbidden love. It's just really slow. I literally have no outstanding thoughts outside of the fact that I have some theories as to what's going on in their mystery, but even that's not that interesting, honestly. I'm hoping it starts picking up after page 100, and I hope all the scene setting is making the way towards something more greater adventure-wise. Right now, like, it's just scene setting, which isn't bad. Like, some of my favorite books have like a slow beginning, but for me, already being in this reading slump, it's not making the reading slump easier. So I haven't been able to make it very far today because of that. I just kept putting it down because I just wasn't intrigued in figuring out what was happening next. But so far, it's very paranormal, dark academia, and grumpy sunshine. That's it. I'll probably read throughout the night and then I'll update you guys in the morning. So the sun has been setting every day earlier and earlier, and it is so beautiful. I think that's one of the things I love about Seattle the most. My diversity and time ranges through the seasons. Like in the wintertime, it's like dark by 4. In the summertime, it's dark at like 10. It's amazing. It makes me feel so productive or super chill and relaxed, and I just love this season. So, it's been a few days. I am in a deep reading slump. Typically, a book like this will take me a day, maybe 2. I think it's been about 4 days now. I haven't been tracking the days. It's just like, I don't want to read. So it started off super slow, and now I feel like it finally started picking up around chapter 31, which is pretty much 60% of the book. That's when it started picking up, and that's when it became interesting to me to read. About 100 pages left, and I'm not itching to find out what happens. Make sure you check trigger warnings if you do choose to read this book, because it does have like some spooky dooky things with possession, but overall I don't care for it. It is a paranormal romance, I'll give it that, but it's so slow at the beginning that it doesn't feel like a romance for me. And the paranormal is there's nothing intriguing about it to me. I don't know why. I know this is a really highly biased review because I am not in the vibes. It's a very atmospheric read. I wouldn't consider this a lyrical, nor would I consider it a thriller. I consider it just a regular paranormal romance. The writing is okay. There's nothing that really sticks out to me besides the interesting choices of words for some descriptions, but overall, I'm in a reading dump. And yeah. I'm happy the book did pick up because I was going to DNF it, but now I'm thinking I'm going to finish it to the end. I only have 100 pages left, so I can just push on through those pages, but I'm not into it right now. The next thing I realized is that it is predictable. I realize it's not much of a thriller to me or a mystery to me because I'm predicting a lot of the plot twists, and it takes the oomph out of the reading experience. And I feel like that's another thing that's been happening to me a lot. I've been reading a lot of books in which I am predicting what is happening, and then because of that, it's not as an enjoyable reading time. So yeah, we're gonna continue reading this. I'm pretty sure I could probably finish this 100 pages tonight. The thing is, do I want to finish these last 100 pages tonight? And honestly, I don't. But you know what works out? Something amazing happened, and Scribe actually has this on audiobook, which is decadently lovely for me. I'm really happy that Scribe has this on audiobook. I definitely think that's another reason I did not DNF it. Getting this on audio is more interesting than not having it on audio, in all honesty. I'm not here for it. I feel like I need something else to pull me out of this reading slump, because this is giving me a lot of the issues I had with the other books that put me into the reading slump: the predictability, the lack of interest, I'm not really feeling the chemistry between the main character and the character. And note, this book might be a 5-star book, it might be amazing, but because I'm in such a deep reading dump, I am not in the position to realize, acknowledge, or experience those things, unfortunately. So yeah. This is a really good book for the spooky dooky holiday season though. If you read this in October or November, it's in the vibes. Rainy day, perfect for the vibes. Atmospheric, gothic, spooky dooky. But yeah, since we're not in the vibes, I think I'm gonna do some self-care. Let's do a facial and cupcake. I got this cupcake for a photography project I'm working on, but I also had it for Thanksgiving dinner. This is one of my favorite new cupcakes. It's the whole food cupcake. My husband got it for me. It's so good. I never knew I'd love this cupcake so much. Decadent. Look at it. Look at it. It's so good looking. So according to audiobook, I only have an hour and about 30 minutes left of the book. So I figured I'll listen to it while I do my self-care, because I'm this close to DNFing this book. I have like a drip of an inkling of wanting to know what's gonna happen, but if I DNF this book, I doubt I'll even remember it later. we finally finished this book. We're done. We're free. Free as the birds can be. I finished it. The audiobook was probably like the only reason I got through it, y'all. But I got through it. I'm in a reading dump. I'm in a reading slump. It is what it is. I was able to at least get through the book. So I really feel like this is a either reverse Hades and Persephone retelling, or it's an origin story for Hades and Persephone, or a Hades and Persephone reimagining. Because the ending of this book gave all the speculative vibes. I did like some aspects of like what played out. I didn't expect some of it, but I feel like the parts that I didn't expect, we didn't dive deeper into. It was just like, throw that into the plot, let's see what happens. And I feel like our side characters were really just there as background characters in the best sense ever. So the main characters is what the book played out through, but the side piece characters only showed up to progress the plot, and not even in like a deep way. So we couldn't really have a chance to get close to the side characters, and I kind of wanted that because I like the main characters and all. I feel like they have potential, but it wasn't for me. Also, I feel like the romance at the end of the book became better. It became more aching and sorrowful, and it was no longer forbidden love for one, grumpy sunshine for the other. I believe it came in a nice sinking, and I feel like that's probably the reason why I also bring it up higher in score. I feel like the romance at the end just became better overall. It was just better. It left more to my heart than the previous chapters did. The scene setting and the atmosphere is cool and all, but I'm just not an atmospheric reader. I'm not. Night Circus, atmospheric. People love it. It has awards, I think. But I need more than just atmosphere. I need more. And even though the atmosphere outside was like the atmosphere in my books, it did help a little bit, actually. It did. But it wasn't enough. I just need better books. I need to be out of this reading slump. It's miserable here. Don't have reading slumps. I do not recommend. I think this will probably have a sequel eventually. It left off on a sequel-like ending, but I'm not sure if I'm going to continue the series. I know I read this in a reading dump, and my review is 4 stars. This is biased. I gave it 4 stars because I know I'm not in the right reviewing mindset for my bias. So I pretty much took my bias in account, but honestly, I was willing to DNF this book many times, so it's probably like a below a 3, probably a 2-star book. Or it's a 3-star book because I was able to get through it. I'm just gonna give it a 4. I feel like if I was in the right reading mood, it would have been a 4, but it's just not. So we're giving it a 4 as an honorary 4. It's not like a real 4. It has potential. Check the trigger warnings. I don't plan on continuing the series, honestly, unless I'm in a better headspace. But because I am in such a deep reading slump, I've decided to mix it up a little bit to trickle in some spice. And by spice, I mean manga. So Target was having a buy 2 get 1 free on their manga, and Barnes & Noble, I just went to get the accessory books. But I figured, oh, a nice way to like get myself out of this reading dump, because it's really sad and dark in this reading dump. I just don't like being here. I should try to get into manga. And the way I'm going to do that is to try to read some of my favorite animes. And I also had my husband's input for some of his favorite animes. So I'm going to try to read some of those. I'm not the biggest anime watcher. I recently got into it in probably the last 2 years, and it wasn't fully consistent, but so far I love Kumi Cannot Communicate, Spy X Family, and a few others. I like Parasite a lot, but I figured I would start off with Kumi Cannot Communicate, so I got 3 books. The episode that I left off on starts off in book 10, so I got 10 to 12, and then 17, 19, 18, so I could read where the show left off on, essentially. I'm hoping that Kumi snaps me out of my reading slump. I really love the anime. I love the artistry and the story and the characters, so I'm excited for these. I already have book 1 and I already enjoyed that one. I just feel like it was lost on me because I already knew what was going to happen because I've seen the show. So I made sure I got the kumis that I haven't seen yet. Excited for that. And naturally, I had to do Spy X Family. So I love Spy X Family. It's adorable. It's cute. It is precious. It is just... I'm actually behind on some of the episodes, so I'm gonna read the manga, catch up, and then I'm gonna watch the rest of the anime that's out right now. So these are the ones I chose from the anime that I like, and then my husband picked some. So he picked Attack on Titan. I've been trying to watch this show for the longest. I know a lot of you guys have actually recommended me to watch the show as well. I just haven't gotten around to it. I feel like I really just want to sit down and binge it, but usually when I go to sit down, I don't have binging time. But yeah, Attack on Titan, because it's one of his favorites. Jujutsu Kaisen, I watched some of this when I was sick, so I know some of the premise of the story, but I never continued the series deeply. But I have watched some of it on anime. This one, The Toilet Bound, which I thought was weird, but he said it was good, so I was like, okay, weird name, but I'll try it. And then this one, which I actually realized today, I read it today. I've already seen the first episode of this, and since I watched the episode in gaps, I finally got the full story within the anime, within the manga, so that was fun. And last but not least, there is a TikToker on BookTok, and she liked the series a lot. And I always remember seeing it and being like, that's a really pretty cover in her TikToks, and I was like, oh, I'm getting it. I'm just gonna get it. She really likes it, and I like a lot of the books that she reads. Oh, this isn't manga. I just realized it's a chapter book. Did I get the wrong one? I could have sworn hers was manga. I'll figure that out later. So I'm super excited to begin my manga era of my life as well as anime. Still trying to get into anime, not fully there yet, but I think I'm making good progress. And last but not least, Barnes & Noble gave me this little journal when I bought my books today, and this is actually a really nice freebie. It's like a book log, and it has like a reading log, and you can take notes, and there's challenges, 10 favorite books of all time, book lists. It was just a really nice freebie gift, and I was just like, this is a nice freebie, like a really nice freebie. So I did a thing, and I'm launching my own candle brand. It's called Aroma Art. You remember the candles in the beginning when I was doing the photography and I lit a candle? They're my candles. And they're launching February 15th, and I am ecstatic. This one smells like vanilla dreams. So that's all, folks. I hope you guys aren't in a reading slump, that you're not in a reading dump, and I hope that they all go far, far away. I enjoyed this rainy, cozy reading vlog, but I was in the dumps of the slumps, and I'm really hoping this manga drags me out of that. In other news, happy reading, and be sure to subscribe.